The IAME Cadet O Plate coming up in the last part of this programme. I wanted to have a quick chat with the clerk of the course here, Rod Taylor. Now, Rod, for anybody that doesn't know anything about karting, you're the clerk of the course. Just explain your role very briefly.
Yeah, the clerk of the course is responsible from the time that entries open for the meeting. But his primary role on the day is to just see that the programme runs according to the schedule. The drivers behave themselves, and of course if they don't behave themselves, then ask them why not when in his office. And if necessary, take any action. It's a referee in football is an analogy.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter, they can be 8, 9 years old, they can have points on the licence, they can be fined, so on and so forth, can't they?
Yes, indeed they can. The points in most of karting now has been suspended at the moment, but yes, we can either do a time penalty, we can do a fine, we can exclude them from the race, we can even exclude them from the meeting should it be serious.
Okay, now this week I know you're used to doing obviously club events and the National Championship Series, which are series over a number of rounds throughout the year. Just explain to me how the dynamic for something like this, a British Open, there's an O Plate on the line. It's a one weekend British Open Championship. Everyone wants to win that. Now, how does the dynamic change from your point of view? 2 laps to go, last lap lunges. I've heard these things called, I don't like to call them win or crash, but certainly it's win or bust, isn't it? It's either win the O Plate. If you come second or third, it don't really mean very much.
Yeah, it's Clark's nightmare, isn't it? Clark's nightmare. Yes, it is. It's all or nothing. Hopefully, in the briefing that I did earlier, I've tried to encourage the drivers to race sensibly, certainly during the heats, and get themselves a good place on the grid for the final, because that's the best thing they can do, is get a good place up at the front in the final. It's maybe the final we have to watch them very carefully. At the end of the day, karting is for fun at this age. We want them to have fun. We want them to go away from here in one piece. We want them to go away in one piece with their equipment as well. So yeah, we've got a good team of marshals here, so I rely very heavily on the marshals to tell me exactly what's going on.
And you might need it. It's now or never, the British Open Championship for IAME Cadet. Tom Wood and Dexter Patterson on the front row. Cian Jewis and Alex McDade on row 2. Zach Robertson and Teddy Wilson from Harry Thompson and Finn Keneally. Keep an eye on Johnny Edgar in number 6 on P9. That's quite low for him. He'll be battling his way through the front. Miles Apps should be worth a watch as well, as too is the youngster Bray Keneally. But this is it. The IAME Cadet O Plate is underway at Lark Hall.
Again, drivers from 8 to 13 years of age are on board here with Johnny Edgar on the 6 cart.
And what a start. He's up to about 4th position. Absolutely brilliant getaway from Edgar. Up into 4th place with Wood leading.
5th place. Edgar 5th place. It's Hot Thompson in front of him. Just make out the 38 cart there of Owen Byatt going through the picture. Back on board here with Edgar. 17 is Thompson. The 3 plate there is Tom Wood. He's got the lead. Robertson's just made his way through to 2nd, Jake. Cian Jewis is 3rd.
So Wood, Robertson, Jewis, good battle. Oh, that's contact. Edgar collides with Patterson. Patterson straight on the track.
Oh,
how did they miss him?
How did he get through that gap? That is absolutely unbelievable. Very lucky for Dexter Patterson.
And very lucky too for the number 9 he tangled with there.
Here's the race highlights, going to the highlight reel early. Robertson making a move for 3rd place. Drops Thompson back 1. Edgar 6 on the grass. McDade on the 9 car up the inside. Yes, it was McDade who was shoving Patterson wide earlier in the same spot. But,
yeah, that did get a bit close, didn't it? Keneally taking advantage, takes a place on Edgar as we ride on board with him through the final turn, which we have christened Duresta. And McDade making his way through the field once again. Up into 4th position he goes on Teddy Wilson. Very nicely done. And up another position. Let's take a look at that replay. This is the incident between McDade and Patterson. No room left at all.
Just Patterson. Oh, how does he miss collecting McDade? That reminds me a little bit of the Tom Wood incident with, I think that was McDade, wasn't it?
I think it was again,
yes.
Park. I think you're absolutely right. Yes, we're back live. And this shows you just how close things are already. We've got a great battle shaping up here. Alex McDade still battling it out with Teddy Wilson in the 4. 8 laps to go in this one, and a lot of ground to make up, it has to be said, because the leaders have got a nice clean advantage over the rest of the field. So here is the battle. The 6.
Edgar is the 6. He's got the onboard camera. The 4 car in front is Teddy Wilson.
He's a long way back in the field here, to be fair. He's got Teddy Wilson to try and overtake, and then in front of them he's got McDade. So he's really got to work hard here. He's down in about 7th position at this point, I make it. On board with him once again, through the left and into the right. You've got to time this right. It's a race that you've got to let come to you. But don't forget, he won last year's Cadet O Plate at Rowra after spinning off in the first corner.
That was the Coma class last year that Johnny Edgar won. You may remember he spun off through the chicane at turn 1 at Rowra up in Cumbria and drove it back to win the race right from the back of the field. That's Tom Wood on the 3 car. Just agreed a sponsorship deal with Q8 Oils and Donington Park, Jake.
Well,
nice.
there are 2 names that have got British motor racing genius written right through it. Cian Dewis, current leader in the Super 1 British Championships, trying to battle him. He's trying to win both cadet championships at Super 1 level in the same year, which is going to be a very tricky ask of him, but he's having a great battle here with Tom Wood out in front. They've got a long way to go, the rest of the field, to catch up with these 2 now as we complete another lap, and there are 6 to go. 3rd position, that looks to me to be, the trouble is we've got the cameras in the way of the number plates here, so it's tricky to spot from a long way off. We still have Wood leading. 2nd place, still Cian Dewis, and this incredible scrap for 3rd position with the 11 of Zach Robertson heading it, and that's Miles Apps.
Miles Apps is out, leader in the Super 1 British Championship in Honda Cadet. He's dabbling with 2 strokes this weekend, but he's not going to complete the race. Cian Dewis, Jake, trying to do what Oliver York did last year and win 2 cadet championships in the same season.
Sorry, up the inside goes McDade into 3rd position past Zach Robertson.
And Wilson goes with him, and Edgar goes with him as well. So Robertson loses 3 places through the 2 turns.
That is cruel fate, absolutely cruel luck there, because he's been running in 3rd position for most of the race, and now he's dropped back into about 7th position at this point. So a big ask of him to get his way back up through the field. But Wood and Dewis are in a class of their own out front here. There's 3rd place McDade, and there is the number 4 of Teddy Wilson as we ride on board with 5th place Johnny Edgar down the straight into the right-hander once again. Kiss the curb on the inside, maybe.
How cool is Cian Dewis here? He's followed Wood all the way. You know he's going to make a move, Jake, but he's just lining him up. He's having a look, seeing where he thinks he's quicker than Wood. Wood's led it from the start, but he's not going to lead this all the way to the flag. You can guarantee that Dewis is going by at some time in the next 4 laps. Just 4 to go.
That's very true, and Wood has been racing at 100% all the way through. Dewis has been about 95% at this point. He's got a little bit in reserve. He doesn't want to go for it too early. It's all about timing in this class, and Cian Dewis has got an incredibly smart head on his shoulders. He knows when to make the right move.
He doesn't want to bring these drivers coming into view now back into contention. And, well, to be fair, though, I don't think they're going to get close enough to them with 4 to go. That's a big enough gap, isn't it?
4 laps to go. There is a massive gap back to 3rd position, and they've done very well, Wood and Dewis, to get away from the rest of the pack here. So through the top end of the circuit, who is currently in 3rd position? I think it's still McDade. Yes, it is. McDade still out in front of Wilson and Edgar, with Robertson there in 6th position. Line astern. This is fantastic battling. On board with Edgar with 3 to go. Up the inside goes Wilson. On the inside of McDade, and that has got him into 3rd position. Critical. McDade slams the door shut in the face of Johnny Edgar. He's not going to let the youngster get through. And back onto the tail of this battle now has come the 30 of Finn Keneally. Yeah, he's right in that battle as well. McDade now making the move back on the inside of Wilson. He's got plenty of space to go for it, and he gets through. Edgar gets through as well.
Finn Keneally's only been racing karts for 15 months. It's an amazing story.
Is that Robertson on the inside as well? Yes, Wilson's losing time, hand over fist. Keneally's going to try and make the move as well. Wilson back on the inside of Finn Keneally. The battle really has stepped up in the top 3, but that has left these 2 to get away from the rest.
Just that one little incident there has left the battle for 3rd place between 2 drivers now. The rest are now too far behind, I think, with 2 to go across the line.
Did you notice Dewis starting to make that move on Wood? He's now lining him up. He's going all over the place.
Back.
Wood is trying to defend. Dewis is closing up, and they're losing time to the battle behind. I don't think they'll lose enough for this to become a real challenge, but McDade is there in 3rd. Edgar is there in 4th.
Hairpin coming up if he gives him the line.
Finn Keneally fastest lap. No, he's not going to give him the line, is he? Wood is shutting that.
Now he's looking for the switchback outside. He's going to look to come underneath him. Can't do it. Can't get it done there. He's got to look in the final turn now. Just over a lap to go. Final turn's going to make it. Here he comes down the inside. That's a move by Jewis for the lead.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. That was lovely. Cian Jewis
Now
makes
he's
the move. One lap to
straight
go.
away.
Yep.
Straight away on the defensive there, Jake.
Last lap, here we go. I think we're in for a battle royale here because Cian Jewis has hit the front for the first
Look at him
time.
now.
Wood is angry. He wants to get him back again. Round the outside, he tries in the hairpin. He can't get him there. Alex McDade hanging on to Johnny Edgar in third position and fourth place. They've actually caught up with these two a little bit more, but I still think the gap is too
Another
big.
defensive line by Jewis, and defensive again into the hairpin. He's giving Wood nothing to the line here.
Jewis
He's
holds
going
him up.
defensive all the way.
Oh,
to
they're getting
the flag.
close, these two, though.
They are.
McDade is suddenly found a
Amazing.
second
Oh,
win there.
they're right on him.
Jewis defends Wood, and now it's four abreast here. This is magnificent. McDade makes the move on the inside. Oh, contact! Contact! Three of them got together. Edgar's done it!
Johnny Edgar.
Edgar's won the British
Edgar's
Open!
won the title in the
don't
last
believe
corner.
it. Absolutely unbelievable. They come together. The top three have taken each other out of this race with a last lap manoeuvre at the final turn. Let's look at it again. McDade makes the move on Wood. Wood says, no way, sunshine.
That's
You are
the
not getting through.
contact.
Bang. And Jewis gets caught up in it. Edgar says, cheers very much indeed.
We've got 4 camera angles on this. This one doesn't tell us very much. I think the next one is probably the best angle off the ABR roofing cherry picker. Here we go. This is the camera angle that says it all. Now that's where the contact's made, and you got to feel.
Jewis is blameless. Jewis is
got
absolutely
to feel
blameless. in
sorry
that.
for Cian Jewis. But
He had
Johnny
that one.
Edgar,
He had that race won, in my opinion. And up the inside comes McDade. He makes the
Now
move.
look at the-
Banzai on the inside.
Look
and
at the difference that an angle makes. He looks a lot further up the inside than I think he actually was from that angle, but that's because of the position of that camera.
Absolutely.
And
And
here
Johnny
comes Edgar
Edgar
for the win.
over the line, thinking Christmas
Oh,
has
my
come early.
goodness.
Johnny Edgar wins it. Owen Byatt is second from Teddy Wilson, Finn Keneally, Dexter Patterson, and Harry Thompson. What a final, Ben. That is absolutely magic.
Owen, you finished in third place, but you may be promoted to second. We don't know yet, but that was quite a finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long, hard race. Coming on to the last lap, I was in fifth, and I was quite happy with that. But then the two leaders came off, and I managed to take the third place. I might get second. I'm not sure, but if I do, then I'm going to have to feel sorry for Alex McDade because he drove a really good race. And personally, I think he could have won it.
Johnny Edgar, your second British Open title. You won it after crashing out on lap 1 last year and coming right from the back of the field. But what a finish to that race. Just talk us through what you were thinking as you come into that last corner there and you saw them all crashing out.
Well, I seen that Tom Wood left a gap, and then Alex McDade just tried to go up the inside, and then he clipped Tom's back bumper, which then clipped Cian Jewis, so I managed to get through.
And what were you thinking as you came through that final turn? You're looking at that checkered flag. You must have been thinking, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, I was really happy because we haven't been that fast all weekend, but managed to do well in the final.
Understatement of the year. We're back at Lark Hall in 2 weeks' time for the Super 1 British Championships, and I think it's going to take us that long to get our breath back. See you soon.